Two. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast Scrubz. I'm Quinn.
I'm Andrew.
Jack.
Bird.
Alright, so we've all seen Star Wars, right? Alright, what do you think about it, Braden?
Well, I was thinking, and I think it's probably the best since the original trilogy, but, they took a lot of plot elements from A New Hope, and, well, it's still great. Like, it's probably one of my favorite movies of the year, and I'll get on that later. But, we still had some things that I was expecting to see that I didn't see. Like, we didn't see where, like, Rey came from. We just kind of, like, there were talks about it, but we still don't know. Maybe they'll come into play, like, in 8 and 9. But, I'd like to see more of it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jack?
I mean, I was a big fan of the movie. I've told you guys a lot of my opinions. Han Solo, I liked how they brought him in. I thought they could have focused more on, like, they brought back Han Solo. I thought they could have focused a lot more on Princess Leia.
Oh,
And-
really?
Yes, and they brought her back. I mean, you had her back, you had her as a commander, but they didn't even give her any plot. Like, they focused on Han Solo.
Yeah.
And then they told, like, C-3PO, like, the one problem I had, C-3PO says about R2-D2, about how he's not turning on.
That was a massive cop-out, yeah.
Because, like, he senses that Luke's not there, and then all of a sudden he just turns on and gives him, like, the pieces of the map.
Right.
Yeah, like, there are a lot of things in the film, like, this is a complaint I had. A lot of things in the film were just kind of used as plot devices, I felt like.
Yeah, a bit of cop-out.
C-3PO.
Like, look at, like, R2-D2. He just happened to have the map that led to Luke Skywalker, like,
Or was
come
it
on.
Finn that gave him the idea, like, just turn it on? Turn
No,
R2-D2 on?
no,
Yeah,
BB-8.
Yeah,
BB-8.
just
BB-8's like
rammed in.
C-3PO. Doesn't he have it? No, there's no way that's
Even
the
if
case.
he did, he's on low power mode since Luke left. It was
No way that could happen. And
Yeah.
then they're like, hey, guess
And
what
then-
happened? We totally fooled you. Like,
And then,
Gotcha.
like,
Sweet.
Captain Phasma. I mean, I have, like, the bobblehead.
Yeah, she was so hyped up.
Because,
and
like, I
then-
bought it before the movie thinking, like, hey,
She's gonna-
Boba Fett, he's pretty cool. Captain Phasma's gonna be pretty cool, too, right?
Like,
Nope.
10
Nope.
seconds of
Stupid.
screen time.
10, like-
maybe.
And then
Like-
5 of those seconds were her being a little wuss, getting a gun held up to her head. She's
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
no, a gun, I'll
And, like,
disable the shields.
As a
Yup.
captain, especially for, like, the Empire, you think should at least, like, not do it.
The
Well, no,
Empire,
what's weird is
it's
that-
First Order. Get it
What-
right. It's like you didn't even see the movie.
What's weird is, like,
I
she
don't-
takes down the shield, and then she's like, you've made a big mistake. I thought she was, like, tricking them or trapping them, and
Yeah.
she was, like, angry, but she still did it.
Yeah,
it's
like she
a-
could have called, like, maybe like a team in to, like, come, like, save the day
Yeah,
for
like
her,
hit
you
the
know?
super secret
then-
like
and then
red
it's like-
button on the other side of every bank desk ever.
Yeah,
You know?
like, she could have done anything.
And then, like, she could have just been, like, it's, like, the huge, like, base that takes up the whole planet. And it's just like, yeah, she was just, like, 5 feet from where Han Solo and Finn were
And
the
they
whole
made
time.
they put Finn in sanitation just so they could have the line. Is there a trash compactor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, cause sanitation.
Yeah.
hmm
I mean, having said that, like, Han Solo definitely did, like, one of the, like, he was doing pretty good for, like, other roles he's been in recently, like Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull.
He had a lot more
Terrible.
energy than that.
Yeah, like, he was doing a lot better. Although, like, some scenes you could tell he was kind of, like, tired in, like, the...
At the,
like
be-
He didn't
at
even
the
wanna
beginning of
be
the
in the movie.
movie,
Yeah.
at the
He
beginning of
didn't-
the movie, it was awful. He was like, he was almost as bad as Carrie Fisher was for the rest of the movie.
He like
He was just like so out of it. He had a couple really good lines towards the end, like when they're standing on the cliff when it's snowing, and he's like, "Where did you work? Sanitation." He freaks
Bam,
out,
yeah.
and then Finn goes, "We'll just use the Force." That's not how the Force works. That was amazing, and I loved it. But for like the rest of the movie, he was just like old and out of energy.
Yeah.
Harrison
And
Ford
then-
didn't want to be in Star Wars. And,
he
like,
wanted to die in A New Hope, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he
No,
wanted-
he wanted to die in
Strikes
Five.
Back. Emperor Strikes Back.
Yeah.
No.
And they write him. He obviously was the one that told him to write him to die.
Yeah.
But he got $20 million for that movie.
Yeah, on a late night show, they were like, I forget who it was. They were like, so did you get emotional when you put on the costume? And he's like, no, I got paid. I was like, yeah, okay. You didn't want to
And
be
then,
there.
and then I've heard, like, on, like, all the press shoots where he's been on with, like, all the Star Wars people, like, he's been the only one that's been, like, super cheery and happy. And, like, people are like, why are you so, like, happy this is your last Star Wars film? And it's like, well, I don't have to do Star Wars anymore, you know? Like, I feel like he didn't really want to do it, but he felt like he had to, like, do it just because Star Wars.
I mean, if he wasn't in it.
Money.
Yeah, like it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, the movie would have been.
Yeah. Also, I have like another complaint I have is that it's like too much comedy almost. You know.
It was a lot like the prequels, so they try to make you laugh. But,
yeah, like there was no like Jar Jar Binks character, thank God. But like, and this is just like J.J. Abrams like
I think
directing style where he makes everything like subtly comedic.
I think he's doing it to like, because I think it's gonna like act as a foil to like the last movie,
Yeah.
where the last movie's gonna be really dark. This one's supposed to be like light and happy. And
Yeah.
This one's gonna be dark. The last one's gonna be dark and like, yeah.
Yeah.
So who was your favorite character, Jack, in the whole
My
movie?
favorite character was Finn. Mainly because, like, Braden talked about how much he didn't like the comedy, but I somewhat liked it because the old Star Wars movies are old.
Yeah.
As much, like, they're classics, but they're old, and this is like, they're doing the new movie for a new audience. And so that's where the comedy's coming from. And then he was the one that brought it. Because, I mean, like, him and his, like, relationship he's forming with everybody, lying about being a part of the, I don't want to say rebels.
Resistance. Yeah. They could have stuck with rebels.
Yeah,
They're still rebelling.
They're doing the same thing. They literally have
Well,
not changed
like,
roles.
I-
Leia is still the leader of the rebellion, resistance. They just
No.
changed like the last part
See,
of the
I get
word.
changing like the First Order and the Empire. Like they're two different bodies of government. There's still a small group rebelling. Like it's not like they're different form or
It's the
organization. They're
same
using the
thing.
same helmets. If you look, they're using the same fighter helmets and same fighter. So it's the same group. They could have been the rebels.
Yeah. And like
And just rebel.
the other thing, like I wish it was kind of explained more. Like they like explain how like now it's no longer the rebellion. It's like the resistance. And then there's also the Republic, who's not the resistance,
But they're funding
they
them.
fund the resistance.
So I
Well,
like
the
how
Roman
the
Republic's not there anymore. It's
there's
gone.
there's 5 planets. I like how it's the entire like Republic Confederation,
yeah.
and in 5 planets are gone.
Yeah, like a force that was just like that like funded the whole resistance. Like basically like were the people that were like helped them do anything and everything. Just like, oh yeah, they're gone, you know, like whatever. And it's like we could have also blown up the resistance planets too.
Well, that's what they were trying to do.
But if you remember, like
They had to go to the resistance planet to get BB-8 because they're the part of the map.
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah.
Kylo Ren was all like, "We don't need the map.
We have the
got
girl."
the girl."
Yeah.
And then she suddenly develops force powers out of like
Yeah.
she hears the force. 10 seconds later, she's a master of the force.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when she was telling the droid to let her go.
The droid.
Okay,
Stormtrooper.
But no,
To be fair, we just got out of the prequels, so they're all clones and droids, and now it's just hard to
we were also just playing Battlefront.
Oh, we also were just playing Battlefront, so.
But now what I'm saying is like Luke sees it,
Mhm.
and he tries it, fails. It takes him forever,
In the entire second movie, he gets
Yeah.
trained. Yeah.
and she does it, like stuff for like Masters. She does it like in the first 15 minutes of knowing
like
she
in
can't have the Force.
In Empire Strikes Back, like first or second scene when Luke's in like the Wampa den or whatever, he like is struggling to use the Force to like grab the lightsaber, which is like 3 feet away from him.
She overpowers a Sith, like
Yeah,
essentially a Sith Lord.
Like, end of the film, she's fighting
Like-
Kylo Ren. And Kylo Ren's like trying to grab the lightsaber or whatever with the Force. And
Yeah,
it's
like not only does she grab it, she grabs it away from another dude grabbing it, and
Yeah.
she's like brand new
She's
at this.
20 feet further.
Yeah,
And then-
it's like, well, they try to tell you she was like powered by like passion and like
That's
love
the dark
and-
side, right? Yeah, the dark
Well,
side.
no,
no,
it's like
dark
passion,
side's
like she wanted to
anger.
protect Finn, and she was
Yeah.
like powered by all of that. It was like Luke wanted to protect people too.
Luke
He
was
was
protecting the
he was
galaxy.
the entire.
Luke
Yeah.
was trying
She
to
was literally
save
doing
himself.
it for Finn.
Okay, the one thing, if like Star Wars 7 was Star Wars 7, there's only one thing I would have changed. It's to the end when Rey is like standing at the top of the mountain and she gets the lightsaber out of her bag and she's all like,
She just holds
"I
it.
brought it to you. Here you go."
20 seconds later.
If it had been like, they had the cool aerial shot, and I thought that at the end when it got to like behind Luke and cut back to his face, he was gonna like grab it with the Force and like it was gonna be awesome and sweet, but instead it's just like, and faded credits. It was so stupid.
And then it's like, all right, Mark, we want you to lose 50 pounds for this new role.
But wear a robe.
Yeah. And then it's like, all right,
We put the weight
so
back on.
here's the script. You might notice you don't say anything.
You just
That's for the
ominously-
next movie, Mark.
You just ominously tickle R2-D2's head during a
Yeah,
premonition,
yeah.
and then
Well, let's talk
stand
about
at
that
the top of a
premonition.
mountain.
Let's talk about that
For all
premonition.
we actually know, that could have not even been Mark Hamill. That could have just been like any stunt double in like a cloak.
Well, I doubt it was Mark Hamill, but
It costs a lot.
the premonition itself, was she there for each one?
Yeah.
So she was at the Jedi Temple when Kylo Ren killed all those people, or
Well, no.
like his training base or whatever. Or
Yeah.
was she there for every flashback?
Yeah.
So she was there when Mark Hamill reaches out and touches R2-D2.
I don't think she was there for that.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was,
like not
was
there,
it,
but like
I
she
feel like it was. At first, it started out to be like a future thing, and I think like she is going to be there.
Yeah.
But then it went to a flashback,
Mhm.
showing us like who are her parents, showing them getting taken away.
No, they weren't taken away. They like sold
They
her
flew
into
away.
slavery.
Yeah, like, they
That's
flew
what they
away.
did. They're just like,
And
we'll
then-
be back. I swear. I promise.
And-
We'll be back soon. Just go with the creepy man. who's
Quarter
gonna-"
portions. And
Yeah,
he has her
that-
hand on her.
that
yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Creepy.
Yeah, they just abandoned her, and she was like, "I will wait for you," for no reason. It was
Yeah.
stupid.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part, whole movie. I'd have to say, like, although I didn't like the comedic parts, I liked when the one comedic part where I thought, like, yes, this is great. Like when Finn was breaking Poe out of the Superstar Destroyer. That's what they still call him. I don't know, but anyways, I thought it was just great because it was like, you know, like they developed a friendship that was like stronger than like Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Right, and then threw out the window for the next hour.
Yeah, and they did that in like 4 minutes when it took like 3 like 2-hour-long movies for Obi-Wan and Anakin to be like, we're friends, and like.
Well, let's not compare anything to the prequels at this point.
I mean, yeah, but still. I mean, yeah.
Not the prequels.
Jack?
I'd say my favorite part of the entire movie. I liked when Kylo Ren. I don't want to be like. I liked it when they were fighting with Finn, because I thought when he was fighting Finn, I mean, it kind of developed this idea that maybe Finn is gonna be. He's always gonna be like the next Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
But
Really, I think that's gonna be more of Poe being the next Han Solo.
I don't think
I feel like Poe's not gonna have that major
I
of a
feel
role.
like
I don't
Poe's
think
just
they're gonna
be-
have another Han Solo. I think they killed Han Solo for a reason. He's dead. They don't want another one.
Well,
Like
Han Solo's like
ID-wise,
the next
he's the
Obi-Wan.
ID-wise.
Yeah, like if you had to like fill them into archetypes for Star Wars, who are they?
And I feel like there's a possibility that he might get his own lightsaber. It would be cool.
That would be neato.
I don't think so.
But I mean,
Because-
if he's comfortable with the weapon, why not? Like, no one's stopping him
Yeah,
from
he's
going
used
to the
it
planet.
twice now.
Well,
Kylo
like,
Ren
all
has
I'm
some.
saying
Have you
is-
seen Kylo Ren's lightsaber? What is that? It's the most
It's
unstable
like
thing.
unfinished, yeah.
It's unfinished because he hasn't finished his training. Like, so like the last step in like a Jedi training from youngling to Padawan is like making your lightsaber, right? And supposedly he killed like all of the other Jedi students, and like when Luke was training, training all of them, and that's why like Luke went away and like he joined the dark side. Well, like maybe Snoke never taught him how to like correctly make a lightsaber.
Mhm.
And then there's the other thing of all the Sith lightsabers are actually made out of like synthetic crystals, where like all the good guy ones are made out of like crystals they find on the Crystal Planet, you know.
The crystal, right? The
Yeah.
crystal planet
Yeah,
that they
just-
showed in the movie. The
Just
crystal
the
planet.
planet made out of lightsaber crystals.
Pretty much.
It
Pretty much.
literally it has a sign like 20 feet outside, like on a meter. Crystal planet.
Yeah.
Buy one get one free.
Like
Yeah.
big neon letters, like
Mhm.
winking on and off.
Yeah. So I think it was either that the synthetic crystal that he used was not stable, or
Classic.
it's just
a classic error.
Classic error.
That's
You know.
rookie time, amateur hour right there.
Didn't happen to Darth Maul, Darth Vader, Count Dooku.
Well,
or
no.
Any of the ones in the
Any of
prequels.
them.
that
No, they don't
showed.
use synthetic crystals. They use
No, the
actual
Sith,
crystals.
From the actual crystal planet, not that damn sense.
No, they're
crystal
good at
planet
it.
that they
That's
get
what the
from.
Death Star is. It's just a
I know,
giant
it's
lightsaber.
a giant lightsaber crystal, but like
Yeah.
the Sith use like the red color crystal doesn't exist. They just use synthetic red.
Color dye, like when they're making it and they're storing it in a pot.
like
with
that,
color dye.
like
yeah.
that, yeah. Like rock candy, you know, like those rock candy crystals like that.
Oh, okay.
They just make rock candy and then like jam it into the lightsaber.
It's really just an advertisement for rock candy. Is that not it?
That's what we're getting at.
Okay.
We're getting paid.
So Sizemore, what was your favorite part?
Okay, it wasn't like a favorite part. I liked Kylo Ren. Like, oh my god, he was just so sweet. Like, it was what they wanted Anakin to be in the prequel.
He was basically Anakin.
But they did it well. Like, Anakin was a whiny baby. He threw temper tantrums. He like killed a bunch of Tusken Raiders, and there was that one part when
Killed a bunch of young Jedi.
yeah, he did that. And then there was another part where he's like at the house on Tatooine, and he like throws some duct tape against a wall. Ooh, big temper tantrum. Kylo Ren did temper tantrums right. He got mad. He slashed out at like messes up a computer bank, or like force pulls a dude into his hand and starts choking him and gets all angry, and it's sweet.
But Kylo never. He's like, I have the decency not to kill anyone.
Yeah, wait,
not to kill anyone on my side.
Can we think about how the only people in that family, like from Darth Vader down, like if we're assuming Rey's in that family, that we haven't seen just rage quit are Leia and Rey, the only two girls. Every guy in that family,
assuming Rey is
all the guys rage quit. So it's like the Y chromosome is just cursed.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. No, but they did like Kylo Ren correctly. Like he threw temper tantrums that were cool. He did anger correctly. He didn't just cry a bunch and then I don't know, make money off of it. There was a scene at the very beginning of the movie when Poe shoots at Kylo. He stops the blaster bolt in midair with the Force, and it's like hovering and shaking. I'm like, I didn't even know he could do that. That blows my mind, and it's terrifying. And it immediately made me like scared of Kylo Ren.
Did that?
It's like a villain.
And then got outforced by Rey. Like he could do that.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Because he's like, I'm pulling it out of your mind, and then she's all like, I see the inside of your soul.
But his hair. How did all that fit in the helmet?
That's true.
How did his nose fit in the helmet is the real question.
I was in there.
Yeah,
do they even have conditioner in space? Because
he took the helmet off and like
it was flowing, and he just like pops off the helmet and just boom.
No helmet hair.
And then he put it back on. It's like the hair got sucked back up.
He dropped the helmet into like the ashtray that for whatever reason was sitting next to the torture chamber.
They like having a casual smoke.
And he like pulls it off, and there's the big luxurious locks, and then there's this big old schnoz sticks out the like here. I'm like, there's no way that fit into the helmet. That just ruined the entire movie. Suspension of disbelief over.
Yeah, all this fantastical stuff happening. That helmet's just...
There's no way you could fit the nose.
Who's better, R2-D2 or BB-8?
R2-D2 has...
In that movie, or
just in general? R2-D2 can get upstairs and go downstairs without dying, unlike BB-8.
BB-8 got down the stairs in Maz's cantina.
This is what I'm thinking. Like, I like R2-D2. Like, original trilogy, R2-D2 is great, but prequel R2-D2.
He could fly.
Why could he fly? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, like Obi-Wan knew R2-D2, and it's just like, oh.
And C-3PO, like he met them.
Yeah, like
which doesn't.
And they were in Anakin's house with the last name Skywalker, and they didn't go Luke Skywalker at the exact same house.
No, because they had their memory erased at the end of the third movie. They did. That was the thing that happened.
Obi-Wan didn't.
Obi-Wan still didn't recognize
no, that's why Obi-Wan like called R2 by name at the beginning of A New Hope.
I guess R2-D2 just forgot he could fly.
R2 knew him, and then he walked up and goes, What do you want? Like, what are you? R2 was like looking for Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan didn't know who the schnuck that guy was.
The prequels were stupid. Let's just say that.
Prequels were stupid.
Alright, so I think in summary, we liked it.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it. Top 3 Star Wars movies.
Yeah, if you had to rank it, just say the number 1 through 7, 1 being the best. What was it?
1 being the best?
Yeah, 1's the number 1 movie. Like 1's like
the
Empire
best
Strikes
Star
Back.
Wars
movie.
Okay. I thought you meant like
7's,
Phantom Menace.
7's episode 1. No.
But I'm thinking top 3 for me.
Just say that. Just say.
6, 7, 4.
What are you ranking this episode?
We're ranking episode 7. I'd say it's the second best.
3rd best.
3rd.
Alright, 3rd. Alright, that wraps up our discussion on Star Wars. Thank you. We had 10 seconds left, and you're trying to rank the top